This girl thought she had been bitten by a bug on her lip during sleep, but what doctors discovered next will shock you. Anya, a vibrant 20-year-old with an affinity for exploring the outdoors, had always enjoyed the simple joys of her small-town life. Living with her family, she led a routine existence, occasionally indulging her curiosity in the nearby woods. But one fateful night, her peaceful life was turned upside down. She awoke in the middle of the night with a sharp pain on her lip, initially dismissing it as a trivial insect bite. However, the sensation lingered, and by morning, the discomfort had grown unbearable. When she stood in front of the bathroom mirror, her heart raced, her lip was grotesquely swollen, and an eerie pattern of tiny perforations lined her face like ghostly scars. Panic-stricken, Anya clutched her face and tried to recall anything unusual. A fleeting memory of rummaging through damp, decaying leaves while helping a neighbor clean her garden came to mind, but she pushed it aside. Could such an innocent act lead to something so grotesque? Her family, equally alarmed, urged her to see a doctor immediately. At the clinic, the doctor's casual demeanor turned serious as he inspected her condition. After a brief consultation, he insisted she be taken to the emergency room for immediate tests. The atmosphere grew tense as medical staff murmured among themselves, examining the wounds and her swollen lip. Anya's anxiety intensified. What was happening to her? Hours later, the results of the tests stunned everyone in the room. The doctor called Anya and her family into his office, his expression a mix of professionalism and concern. He took a deep breath before delivering the shocking news. Microscopic parasites had invaded her skin, nesting beneath the surface and creating the disfiguring perforations. The parasites, he explained, were highly rare and likely entered her system through a small sore, possibly an unnoticed cut she'd acquired while handling the decaying leaves days earlier. These organisms were known to thrive in moist, organic material and had quickly burrowed into her skin once they found the opportunity. The situation was dire, but not without hope. The medical team swiftly scheduled a delicate surgical procedure to remove the parasites and repair the damage to her skin. Anya clutched her mother's hand as she was wheeled into the operating room, her mind swirling with fear and prayers. The surgery was long and meticulous. The team extracted the parasites one by one, cleaning and treating the infected areas. When Anya awoke hours later, groggy but relieved, the doctor reassured her that the procedure had been a success. With antibiotics and proper care, her chances of a full recovery were excellent. Anya's ordeal didn't just leave physical scars, it taught her profound life lessons. She became more cautious, understanding the hidden dangers lurking in seemingly innocent environments. Her story spread throughout her community, serving as a cautionary tale about the importance of hygiene and awareness. She also found strength in sharing her experience, joining awareness campaigns to educate others about the risks of infections and the importance of early medical intervention. Anya's once quiet life transformed into a mission to inspire and protect others, turning her personal nightmare into a powerful message of resilience and hope. As days turned into weeks, Anya began to rebuild her life. The physical wounds were healing well, but the psychological scars lingered. She couldn't help but feel a shiver of unease every time she touched her face or saw her reflection in the mirror. Determined not to let the experience define her, Anya sought counseling, where she learned to confront her fears and turn her trauma into a source of inner strength. Meanwhile, the community buzzed with curiosity and concern about her unusual ordeal. Friends, neighbors, and even strangers reached out to her, offering support and asking questions. Seeing the interest her story generated, Anya decided to dig deeper into the science behind what had happened to her. She began researching the type of parasites the doctors had removed, their habitats, and how they infected humans. Through her research, she discovered that these parasites, known as Dermatodina migrans, were an extremely rare species. They thrived in damp, decomposing environments, and cases of human infection were nearly unheard of. Her infection was likely caused by a perfect storm of events: a small cut on her lip, prolonged exposure to contaminated leaves, and the parasite's unique ability to infiltrate human skin. Rather than feeling victimized, Anya felt a spark of purpose. She reached out to local schools, environmental groups, and healthcare organizations, offering to share her story to raise awareness. Soon, she became a local advocate for public health and environmental safety, speaking at events and appearing on social media to educate others about the hidden risks of neglecting small injuries or exposure to unsanitary conditions. One day, she was invited to appear on a regional news program to discuss her experience. Nervous but excited, she shared her journey with a larger audience, emphasizing the importance of seeking medical attention for unusual symptoms. Her courage and transparency resonated with viewers, and her story went viral. Messages poured in from people who had faced similar challenges or had questions about how to protect themselves. As her platform grew, Anya partnered with scientists and environmentalists to launch a campaign promoting safer outdoor practices. They distributed informational flyers, conducted workshops, and even developed a mobile app that identified potential risks in natural areas. What began as a horrifying experience blossomed into a movement that inspired thousands to be more mindful of their health and surroundings. Anya also reconnected with her love for nature, although with newfound respect for its unpredictability. She joined a volunteer group dedicated to preserving local ecosystems, using her story to advocate for better education on the symbiotic relationship between humans and the environment. Years later, as she stood in front of a packed auditorium delivering a keynote speech at a global health summit, Anya reflected on how far she had come. Her journey had been painful and unexpected, but it had also been transformative. She realized that sometimes the most challenging experiences can pave the way for remarkable growth and purpose. Nature, she concluded, her voice steady and confident, is both beautiful and unpredictable. Our responsibility is to respect it, protect ourselves, and learn from every challenge it throws our way. The audience erupted in applause, a standing ovation for a young woman who had turned her trauma into a story of resilience, education, and hope. As the applause faded, Anya stepped off the stage, her heart brimming with a mix of gratitude and pride. She had come a long way from the frightened young woman who had stared into the mirror that fateful morning, and her mission was far from over. She was now recognized internationally as an advocate for public health and environmental awareness. Invitations to collaborate with leading scientists, environmentalists, and medical professionals began to pour in, opening doors she never thought possible. Despite her growing fame, Anya remained deeply connected to her community. She used a portion of her earnings from speaking engagements to fund local initiatives, such as improving sanitation facilities in public parks and creating programs to teach children about basic first aid and hygiene. She firmly believed that empowering her community was the best way to ensure that no one else had to endure what she had. But Anya's journey also brought unexpected personal changes. While visiting a remote village to deliver a talk on health and safety, she met Dr. Raj Malhotra, a field epidemiologist who specialized in tropical diseases. Raj had been following Anya's story and admired her courage. The two quickly bonded over their shared passion for health advocacy and environmental preservation. Their connection deepened over time, fueled by late-night discussions about science, nature, and life's unpredictability. Raj's calm demeanor and intellect complemented Anya's fiery determination, and their relationship blossomed. Together, they dreamed of combining their expertise to create a global platform for health education and prevention, one that would bridge the gap between science and public awareness. Anya and Raj's collaboration bore fruit in the form of a non-profit organization, Thrivedager, which aimed to promote health literacy and environmental conservation worldwide. The organization developed multilingual educational materials, conducted training workshops in underserved areas, and worked to improve access to basic healthcare supplies. One of their flagship initiatives, the Parasite Awareness and Prevention Program POP, gained significant traction. PAPP combined cutting-edge technology with grassroots efforts, equipping communities with tools to identify and mitigate risks of parasitic infections. The program even introduced a wearable device that could detect early signs of infection through subtle changes in the skin's temperature and texture. Groundbreaking innovation developed in partnership with a leading tech company. As DISCOVERIEZ grew, Anya found herself traveling to places she had only dreamed of visiting: lush rainforests, arid deserts, bustling urban centers, all with Raj by her side. Along the way, she documented her experiences, sharing stories of resilience and hope through her blog and social media channels. Her authenticity resonated with millions, inspiring others to take charge of their health and appreciate the delicate balance of the natural world. But Anya's rise to prominence wasn't without challenges. Critics occasionally questioned her expertise, arguing that she lacked formal training in medicine or science. Anya met these challenges head-on, emphasizing that her role was to bridge the gap between experts and the public, making information accessible and relatable. She also faced personal hurdles. The emotional toll of her early trauma lingered, and there were moments when her confidence wavered. But with Raj's unwavering support and her own resilience, she pushed through, drawing strength from the countless lives she was helping to transform. Years later, Anya and Raj stood together on the stage of the United Nations Global Health Summit, receiving an award for their contributions to global health advocacy. As she addressed the assembly, Anya's voice was steady, her words filled with conviction. "Health isn't just about curing diseases," she said. "It's about prevention, education, and empowerment. It's about respecting the delicate interplay between humanity and the environment. And most importantly, it's about working together to ensure that every person has the knowledge and resources to thrive." The standing ovation that followed was a testament to Anya's journey from a scared young woman to a global force for good. Her story was no longer just about overcoming a personal ordeal, it was a testament to the transformative power of resilience, purpose, and hope. After the United Nations Global Health Summit, Anya and Raj's lives transformed yet again. The recognition thrust them into the global spotlight, bringing new opportunities and challenges. Their organization, Thrive Together, experienced unprecedented growth, attracting partnerships with governments, corporations, and grassroots organizations around the world. Anya felt a deep sense of accomplishment, but she also knew the importance of balance. Despite her packed schedule, she made it a priority to stay connected to her roots. She often returned to her hometown, where she volunteered at local schools and community centers. It was during one of these visits that she met a young girl named Lily, who reminded Anya of herself, a curious, adventurous soul with an insatiable thirst for knowledge. Lily had been following Anya's journey through social media and was eager to learn more about the environment and health. Inspired by their conversations, Anya decided to mentor Lily, encouraging her to pursue her dreams and never underestimate her potential. It was through this mentorship that Anya realized the importance of focusing on the next generation. She and Raj began developing a youth-focused branch of DISCOVERIEZ called Seedlings, designed to empower children and teenagers to become advocates for health and environmental sustainability in their communities. Seedlings quickly became a global movement, sparking a wave of young leaders passionate about change. From planting community gardens to organizing hygiene workshops in rural schools, these young advocates carried Anya's message far and wide. Watching their enthusiasm and creativity gave Anya a renewed sense of hope for the future. As the years passed, Anya and Raj continued to push boundaries. They launched a groundbreaking initiative called Parasite-Free Planet, which combined technology, public education, and field interventions to tackle neglected tropical diseases. The program's flagship project was an ambitious plan to distribute millions of portable water purification kits to areas with limited access to clean water, a critical factor in preventing parasitic infections. One of their most ambitious projects involved collaboration with space agencies to study how parasites might adapt in extraterrestrial environments. Anya and Raj believed that understanding these dynamics could lead to breakthroughs in parasite prevention on Earth. The research not only garnered attention in the scientific community, but also captivated the imagination of the public, further solidifying their status as pioneers in health and environmental advocacy. Amid their whirlwind of achievements, Anya and Raj found time to celebrate their personal milestones. They married in an intimate ceremony surrounded by family and friends, exchanging vows in a lush botanical garden, a tribute to the nature that had both challenged and inspired them. Their wedding was a joyful reminder of the beauty that could arise from life's most unexpected moments. In the years that followed, Anya authored a memoir, From the Ground Up, chronicling her journey from a quiet small-town girl to a global changemaker. The book became a bestseller, inspiring readers around the world to overcome their own challenges and embrace the power of resilience. Anya also made it a point to remain a hands-on leader, often joining field teams in remote areas and personally engaging with communities. Her authenticity and genuine care for others set her apart, earning her the love and admiration of people from all walks of life. As Anya approached her 40th birthday, she found herself reflecting on the past 2 decades. The girl who once trembled in fear at the sight of her own reflection had transformed into a woman of unshakable purpose. But she knew her work was far from over. The world was vast, and there were still countless challenges to tackle. Sitting on the balcony of her modest yet cozy home, overlooking a garden teeming with life, Anya sipped her tea and smiled. Raj sat beside her, poring over research papers for their next project. They didn't need words to communicate their shared understanding. Their journey was far from complete. "What's next?" Raj asked, looking up from his work with a twinkle in his eye. Anya gazed out at the horizon, her heart brimming with gratitude and determination. "Everything," she said, "there's so much left to do." And so, they continued partners in life and in purpose, driven by the belief that even the smallest actions could ripple into profound change.